Second video for Tales Month, let's get right into it. Bosses are a big part of video games, aren't they? From Mega Man to Zelda games, they always find a way to make creative bosses. And in RPGs, this is a big part of their appeal. So I thought I'd list my top 10 Tales bosses. Let's go. My 10th favorite boss is any of the battles with Argria from Tales of Xillia. I love this character. She's just so goddamn crazy, and the fact that she has a deep hatred for Leia are many reasons why she makes it. But the battles you fight her are right at the beginning of the game. Then you meet her a second time, which is the first time she meets Leia. And the final time you fight her is with Precia, and after, they both fall. But Leia saves Argria, but she claims some things in the world can't be changed, finally releasing her from Leia's grip and falling.
Now you listen, Eyesore! Some things in this world you just can't fix, no matter how hard you keep trying to!
That's the way to go.
Drown in despair!
Ninth are Chloroseraph and Clinoseraph, the two robotic brothers from Tales of Hearts. These two are two of the main villains next to Inkaros and Creed. No, not Apollo Creed. Creed Graphite. But these two are on the list because you fight Clinoseraph a lot earlier in the game, and this fight has been being built up for a long time. You see Chloroseraph and even talk to him, but you don't fight him until this duo battle. Now, Clinoseraph fought you earlier because he has a deep hatred for Kunzite, so he lets his hatred get in front of his actual goal. After you beat these two, they encounter Inkaros, and I'll explain the rest later. Time for 8, and it is the final battle with Vaclav in Tales of Legendia. Again, like Clino and Chloroseraph, this battle has been being built up for a long time. After a hefty run through a battlefield, you finally get to the tower and see that they have Stella, which makes Sentinel enraged, what starts the fight. After the fight, Vaclav is defeated and the machine is turned off, but Stella dies right after. Between the build-up and the aftermath, this fight was totally worth the wait. 7th on this list are Boda and Yuan from Tales of Symphonia. At this point in the game, Yuan and Boda have either helped you out or tried to kill you. Boda you've already fought, but Yuan has hinted at fighting you. So when you get to this point, it comes right out of nowhere. You just walk into a room and BAM! You fight Boda and Yuan. A battle well worth the build-up. Again. 6th is the battle with Cedric in Tales of Graces. He's above the rest because of one simple thing. This bastard will do anything to get power over the land. Spoilers ahead, by the way, so, click off the video and go play the game, whatever. So Cedric kills his brother, leaving his nephew Richard alive. Now the king of Windor, the group seeks to fight and defeat him. When the group does get there, Richard finally confronts his uncle and the battle begins. After his defeat, Richard finally kills Cedric and takes over as king. A battle that Cedric deserved. 5th is Xiao from Tales of Xillia. Xiao, well, how do I explain him? He's just one of the most awesome characters in this game. Anyways, you fight him 2 times in the game. Xiao is the kind of odd one out of Gaius' group. Though he does fit in, he's not as ruthless as some of the others. After the second fight, Xiao is near death and tells Elise about her past, and then promptly uses the last of his energy to fend off Exodus. What a badass way to go. 4 is Inkaros Alt from Tales of Hearts. Inkaros you've fought before, but this is the last time and it's awesome. First of all, Inkaros fused Clino and Chloroseraph into himself, making him a weird hybrid of the 3. Second, he is probably the hardest boss in the game. He will not go down easily. He must stop you from getting to Creed. But if you do beat him, Clino and Chloro regain some control and all 3 die. But with Inkaros stopped, damn, what have made it make 3 bosses turn into one hell of a boss. Finally, we're in the top 3. 3rd here is Forcestus and Rodile from Tales of Symphonia. Okay, I know I'm putting 2 different bosses here and it's kind of cheating, but same as last episode, my show, my rules. Anyways, let's talk about Forcestus first. He is this high on the list because, just like a lot of other bosses, the build-up is magnificent. He being the one who turned Marble into a monster while destroying Lloyd's town are the two big things he did to build up this fight. It's a fight also built up by backstory told about Forcestus, who is known as the great half-elf hero. Now for Rodyle. His fight isn't built up like Forcestus' fight, but the fight is still elevated by the fact that Rodyle uses a Crucis Crystal and turns into a monster type thing, kinda like Marble was at the beginning of the game. Second is the battle with Richard from Tales of Graces. Spoilers for a bit of the game up ahead, so if you wanna be surprised and actually play the game, I say get it. So after the team defeats Cedric, Richard took the throne back and became as power-hungry as his uncle, betraying many of the houses he was affiliated with. After that point, you encounter Richard 3 times in battle. But the fourth and final battle is a little different. Since it is the final boss battle at the end of the game, they pull out something different. Richard looks more like a demon than what he was before. Yeah, I save a lot of details if you still want to play this game, but Richard has become more than just a king with a sword, and that is how you do a great final boss battle. But there's still one more that tops this one. But first, a few honorable mentions. Now, these aren't all my honorable mentions, but maybe in the future I'll do another list. The last 5 Grand Cardinals, Gaius and Musée, all 3 Kratos battles, Remiel, Alvin, Creed, Chalcedony, Peridot, and Pyrox. There's a lot more, but it would take forever to list them, so here's number 1. Number 1 is Mythos Yggdrasil from Tales of Symphonia. He is in the number 1 spot for many reasons, and he's over Richard's battle because of those same reasons. 1, the battle I'm talking about is Mythos' final battles, so that means he starts out in child form and then goes into this form. Okay, besides him being the best villain ever, he's at the number 1 spot for 1, the build-up. Yeah, one big thing about most battles here was the build-up, but by God, does this battle have the best build-up. You fought Mythos 3 times, so far only once you can actually beat him. 2, since it's the final battle, they have to go above and beyond, and that's what they do at this form. This form is a combination of the Judge, the Fugitive, and the Neglected. Those 3 things are what Mythos went through when he was still a half-elf and not an angel. So the form is symbolizing everything put together, and you have to face it. Now I'm going to stop this here because I want you people to play this for yourself and be amazed as I was when I first played it. Wow, that was a lot, but that was my top 10 Tales of bosses. If your favorite wasn't in the list, then comment it down below. And I'll see you guys next time with some Legendia.